Welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome.
to another edition of On My Hoops. In this week's
On my
episode,
hoops.
in this week's episode, we're gonna get into our winners and losers from the trade deadline.
Trade deadline.
And then we're gonna get into the latest buzz on the buyout market. And last but not least, we're gonna give you our mock draft for the upcoming NBA All-Star game next week. So stay tuned. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fire edition of On My Hoops. And last week, we had that trade deadline go down, and it went down. And before we get into it, I just want to introduce myself. Once again, I'm John Jay, and with me, as always, is my co-host, D Snow from The Go. Holla at him, Snow.
Hey, the trade deadline. Bro, we just broke the internet, man. We just so stupid week, man.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, man, but the NBA is upside down and all the way around, man. I'm charged, bro. I'm on 10, bro. It's going down.
Yes.
It's going down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No doubt. It is up. And ladies and gentlemen, if you love that trade deadline we had this week, last week, and you love the NBA, please leave us a like, share, subscribe, and comment down below on your favorite moves. Before we get into this episode, ladies and gentlemen, give you a quick little tease of what we got coming up. We're going to give you our winners and our losers, because it was a whole lot went down this deadline. The balance of power has officially shifted. And then there's some big buzz on this buyout market, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, next week is that All-Star game. We're going to give you a nice little mock draft, who we think is going well. So don't forget, drop a like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep it locked. But yeah, D Snow, we're going to jump right into this thing, man. This trade deadline was massive. And I'm talking about, when I say the balance of power shifted, I mean, the East is not the power anymore. Just like that.
Oh, I got the best name for this trade deadline. We're gonna call this the Big Lots trade line. Trade deadline. Because that was big lots. Big lots.
Man, you said it, man. So we're gonna break down these trades one by one, man, and we're gonna give you our winners and losers. So it's a lot to go over. So we're gonna get right into it. First up, we're gonna go with the biggest, ladies and gentlemen. It happened in the middle of the night. You know, I'm asleep, trying to get my beauty rest for work, and I wake up and, like Big say, wipe the cold out
my eye.
KD to Phoenix? Oh my God. What just happened? So, ladies and gentlemen, the Brooklyn Nets receive Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, a 2023 first round pick unprotected, a 2025 first round pick unprotected, a 2027 first round pick unprotected, a 2028 first round swap unprotected, and a 2029 first round pick unprotected. Say it with me now. Unprotected. Oh my God. And in return, the Phoenix Suns receive Kevin Durant and TJ Warren. Snow, first up, give me a grade for Brooklyn.
Man, Brooklyn got so many unprotected picks, they're going to need a condom.
For real. They got kids popping up for the next few years, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. The funny thing is my son, because I went to bed late that night because it had already been a whirlwind of a day. A lot had already started cracking. We didn't think, the stories were coming out that KD wasn't going anywhere, that they were going to build around him. They were going to take the pieces they received to the Kyrie trade and build to make sure KD stays. And that's all we've been hearing. And as fans and as people that's been watching, we all thought that KD wasn't going anywhere, especially with the whole injury thing. So we thinking like, hey, he's not going anywhere. And to wake up the next morning and to see that bomb, that just shook up the league. That is the type of trade that shakes the league to the core. And I'm excited, man. Like, yeah, they are the best team on paper, but, like we always talk about, teams do have to gel. They do have to get to know each other. But, oh, my goodness, I think you can plug KD into any lineup and it just infuses them and makes them better. I mean, imagine CP3 bringing the ball down and you got Book on one wing and you got KD on the other one. Oh, my goodness. And then they still kept Aiden to be able to do his thing down low. Now, we've seen the other pieces that are coming that way. I mean, but, I'm talking about Phoenix. Yes, they did do a lot. But, oh, my goodness, the Nets, I salute you. Because after the turmoil that you guys have went through over the last 2-3 seasons, after trying to pair Harden, Kyrie, and KD together, what y'all got out of that, I salute you. The last thing y'all got to do now is figure out what to do with Ben. And from what I've seen the last couple of games, he's been a little more assertive now that those guys are gone. So maybe, he'll stay, but I don't think so. It's just he has to get his stock up like they did. But, I mean, the Nets, man, they are ready to go. I mean, this is the crazy thing. It was like giving somebody the keys to a brand new car because they in fourth place, 10 games over 500. They have this Cam Thomas kid who's been going absolutely crazy that they sat down on the bench now that they got these new guys. I mean, the future's bright in Brooklyn, man. The future is bright in Brooklyn. I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen and what comes down the line, but I really feel like they won. They won in those trades. Yes, they did give up KD. KD is 36 years old, coming off another injury. He's missed a lot of games this season. He is at the tail end of his career. And for what they got for him to mortgage them going further is awesome. I mean, it is fabulous, bro. Like, I'm shocked that they got that much, man. Every time I look at that lineup they got now, that's the starting lineup. I mean, people will take that lineup. It's not a bad lineup. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see what's going to happen, man. That was a crazy trade. What you thought of it, man?
And I thought it was amazing. It blew my mind. Like you, I didn't think he was going to go anywhere. It surprised me. It was probably maybe a 5% chance that maybe he would request something. But I was still shocked. That 5% wasn't enough for me to think it was going to happen. And like you said, they got a haul, man. And I agree. Ben Simmons looked a little bit better with these young guys. And I will say they got some shooters back, and that was always when Ben was at his best, when he could just drive and kick out to the three-point shooters. So we'll see. Maybe he'll get a resurgence of this. Maybe he's, we know
he was an all-star.
We know
he's
not an
all-star to that. Yeah, what is he, 26 maybe, 27?
Yeah, something like that. And maybe, he only the strong survive, and he couldn't survive with all those strong players around. Maybe now he can, be the man.
Yeah,
he doesn't feel threatened now. But yeah, Brooklyn got a haul. I would definitely give them an A for this trade. You're never winning giving up players like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, but they got a bright future. They got some really good young players and a lot of unprotected picks. Like you said, they got some babies coming up for the next.
That is outrageous, man. That is only team got more picks than them right now is the Utah Jazz. But to me, they got a better roster going further.
Don't forget OKC. They up there too.
Yeah, I mean, those teams.
They got like 15 picks from now through.
I mean, and I think you agree with this. Like, we are going back into that age where through the draft is the way to do it. It's not a lot of superstars left. It's not a lot of superstars on the horizon. So it's the best thing to do is to start drafting. And I mean, we're looking down the line. There's some great young players coming up the line. So, I mean, we could talk about a couple of names, Mikey Williams and Vic and Scoot. I mean, it's some talent coming up the line. So if you got draft picks, it's golden.
Not only that, but the draft capital can be used in trades. I mean, this is if you want to get a superstar.
As we just saw.
You get them.
As we just saw. Exactly. I give you 5 first rounders.
I will give you 3 cookies today for
one cookie. On the real, they pulled the Wimpy burgers. Like, man, for KD, I'll give you 3 burgers next week. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, it was a big time trade, and I'll definitely give it an A. In terms of Phoenix, they gave up a whole lot, but that put them as a heavy title favorite. So I got to give them an A as well. It was worth the bounty.
What were they going without this?
Yeah. And now you got this legendary lineup of KD, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton.
And I'm calling this right now. I see a resurgence of Chris Paul now because the load is coming off his back.
Of course.
Now, CP3 just has to be, let's say, New Orleans CP3 now. Well, all he has to do is, play, throw lobs, get guys open, play defense, and get 10 to 15 assists a game. And that's going to be fun for him again. Having a guy in Book. Oh, my. And put it like this, man. This is what I noticed, too. A couple of weeks before this trade went through, you had to see this. That meme about CP3 has been coming around like crazy. When he said, man, getting back to the finals, it felt so good. I got to do it again. And people were making fun of him because, he haven't been back. And then all of a sudden, this fell in his lap. Yeah.
It's going to take that pressure off.
Oh, my God, man. Pressure off him, the pressure off Booker. I mean, and then to take the pressure off KD. Well, he doesn't feel like I have to carry the load so heavy because Booker give you 70.
Not only that, but the big knock on KD, he had to go to the Warriors when they was already a championship team. But now it's still kind of the same situation, but it's not. They're not the Warriors, but he'll look a lot better for making these guys a championship team because they couldn't win. But
I don't think Phoenix has a championship in their history.
No.
So this would mean way more than that Golden State championship.
It's gonna level his stock back up.
Bro, I've been watching the morning shows, because they're all broadcasting from Arizona because of the Super Bowl. Bro, they already fallen in love with KD, and he wasn't even there yet. They got the signed pictures, his jersey probably getting sold. Like, bro, he's gonna get the love he deserves there, and I really think that he was having his best season. If he's not hurt, and that was just something minimal, what he's gonna bring to that team, oh man. The West just got back being the West again. That's what just happened in front of our eyes. We've been talking all year long about the East is the stronger conference, and that changed real quick when they sent KD and Kyrie out west. I mean, that's just crazy, man. Everything just got flipped just like that,
Yeah, no doubt. And Devin Booker is back healthy, so they've already started making a run.
He looked good the other night, too.
It's getting ready.
They're gonna make a run, man, and they not playing bad without those guys. So,
like we said, Brooklyn also made another trade. It actually happened right after our last show, which made it a bummer to edit.
Especially because we talked about it and we both was like, "Nah, we don't see that happening."
I did throw a shout in there that they had a shot. I did mention Dallas.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. The Brooklyn Nets, they kicked off this trade deadline extravaganza with the Kyrie Irving trade to the Dallas Mavericks. And in return, Brooklyn received Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2027 second-round pick, a 2029 first-round pick, unprotected, and a 2029 second-round pick. And in exchange, Dallas received Kyrie Irving and Markieff Morris. So talk about that deal and your grade for Brooklyn.
First of all, like most NBA guys, did y'all know that the other Morris players played for the Nets?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I don't remember seeing them come off that bench ever, bro.
That hardly that didn't happen.
When I saw him in the trade, I was like, huh? It kind of threw me off. Like, wait a minute, you still around, bro? I didn't even know because your brother's still playing pretty good, but he just disappeared. But yeah, what a trade for the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is not a preferred destination where a lot of guys sign, as we've seen over the years. They haven't really been able to bring in the talent, even though they have a top-notch owner. I mean, pretty top-notch team. I mean, we've never heard anything bad about Dallas, the city, the fans, anything, you know. So it's been hard to see Dallas build. And I mean, not even a month ago, Luka came out and said, hey, give me some help, you know. And the one thing that we saw was his owner was listening. His owner said, okay, I got you some help, you know. And yeah, they did give up a little bit for him, but I really believe getting Kyrie at this moment in his life and in his career was pivotal because of the fact that he has something to prove, as he's been showing all season. Ever since all of the stuff happened, you know, with the movie and with all the drama surrounding him and everything else he's doing or saying, he's been nothing but a model citizen. He hasn't done anything, said anything, did nothing but play ball. Everybody always said that he couldn't carry a team. I mean, he's been doing nothing but carrying the net since KD went down, keeping them right in the top four where they've been playing great basketball. And he's been the catalyst and the leader. And I think this is another chance because he didn't feel respected in Brooklyn. He didn't feel like they held his back. When they offered him the contract and it was tied to winning, he felt even more disrespected. So I think this puts the onus on him. It puts another chip on his shoulder. And as you've seen already, he's happy out there. He's both interviews he's done. He said nothing. Yes, he did throw a little shade at Brooklyn, but I felt him. I saw what was going on, what they did. Made him apologize. Made him pay all that money. They made him do a lot to then turn around and say, "Now we want you to do something else." You can't continue to do that. He made mistakes. He atoned for it. That's like a guy going to jail for something he did. The day he gets out, y'all say, "You know what? We found this other case. You got to stay." Hey, wait a minute. Y'all gonna wait till the last day when it's time for me to go to one? No, that's not fair. And the court system will see it the same. And that's what I saw with Kyrie. That's not fair what they tried to pull. And man, I don't know if you heard the story, but after the game, the first game, after they won, he did his thing. He walked home. He signed autographs all the way home. I mean, show me a guy that doesn't love. Yeah, show me a guy that don't love the fans, don't love the game, don't want to be here, does that type of thing. And that's the thing, man. My hat goes out to that kid. I want to see him win. I know that Cuban is going to spend the money to make sure they're ready. And I mean, after seeing they lasted the first game of them together, man, they look pretty happy to be playing together. I mean, if you listen to everything, I've never seen Kyrie talk the way he's talking right now. Let's go, let's get it. I'm excited. Like he's pumped to play with Luka. You know, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen, man. I mean, what you think, bro?
I love the trade. Like you, man, they exciting to watch, man. I watched that game, their first game together, and I think they're gonna have to learn to figure out last shots and stuff like that when it gets late. But it was a playoff atmosphere in their first game together, so you know you kind of got to expect that. But probably the best backcourt we've seen. Dynamic, fun to watch. They make everybody else better. You can't double up on Luka anymore. And when Luka sits down, you don't have to worry about where the scoring is going to come from. They pair well together. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And Dallas got something on their hands. And I hope that they're able to re-sign him and make it worth it.
Yes. I think Cuban gets it done, though. I think Cuban gets it done. He's not letting Kyrie walk out of there. He'll have a new plane, all kind of stuff.
I will say players tend to like being in Dallas. I hear that often. You don't, like you say, you don't really hear too many complaints out of players that play for the Mavs. Mark Cuban is a big time owner. He'll spend what he needs to spend.
Mr. Shark Tank himself.
They say the facilities are top notch.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they can keep them around. And in terms of Brooklyn and what they received, they got a pretty decent haul for him. Spencer Dinwiddie returning to Brooklyn. He's pretty hyped about that. Dorian Finney-Smith, a nice defensive player.
3-and-D.
Yeah. And some good picks, couple second rounds, and one more unprotected first round pick in 2029. They're going to have like 3 first-round unprotected picks that year.
Yeah, they got all together. They got 5 number ones and 6 number twos out of those 2 moves.
Yeah, they ended up having to give up Markieff Morris only because they had too many players.
Yeah.
So, hey, Dallas lucked up on that one. Get a nice little big replacement big, not little big. That's contradictory.
I mean, 3-and-D guy, actually, like you said, a guy that's a power forward, but a old school power forward. He got some meat on him. He can actually bang, and yeah, that is a pickup for them because they don't have a. And where did JaVale McGee come from? I didn't even know he still played for them. Like, he just came out of the blue.
They signed him this offseason.
But it made room for him with all these moves. And to me, hey, my new name for Kyrie and Luka, they the new Batman and Robin. But they can alternate who's Batman and Robin on each night. It's not a thing where I am Batman and I'm Robin. Depending on how they feeling, who's hot, the other one could take over. And I mean, the last time Kyrie really had a good career, good season, he played with LeBron. Luka is, like, we're starting to see that type of LeBron-esque player. I'm not gonna say he's the next LeBron or he's like LeBron. Don't beat me up, Bron fans. But he's LeBron-esque. You know what I'm saying? He's the same type of game.
Player.
Yes, sir. And I think and Kyrie plays well off the ball.
Kyrie is skilled enough to be a Batman, but he is a career Robin. And that's not a bad thing.
That is not a bad thing.
He's proven to not be able to win on his own, but he's a great sidekick.
Yes, sir. I agree.
You see one of the greatest finals comebacks in history with him as a sidekick when they came back from 3-1 against the Warriors. Oh,
and I've said this before. Kyrie is probably top 3 tough shot maker in the league too. Top 3 tough, like somebody's on him all in his face, smaller, bigger, it don't matter. He can hit that shot. Like, some guys got to be open, not Kyrie,
So I would give Brooklyn an A because that was probably, well, actually I give them a B. I think they would have got a better package from the Clippers. But they got a good strong package. I'm
gonna give them an A. I'm gonna tell you why I'm giving them an A. Because I love the way they didn't just set up a team to have an automatic chip. They could have sent them to the Clippers, to the Lakers. They got more from them at those places. But that would have shifted the league way more than the KD trade did. If Kyrie went to the Lakers, that would have really made them. I mean, and the Lakers, we're gonna get to them in a moment because they did pretty well in with the trade deadline. But I think adding Kyrie with LeBron and them being familiar with each other, I think that would have really changed things a lot. Or him just going to the Clippers with how well they've been playing, So I do salute them for not just giving in and let him go where he wants. I mean, yes, it's a players' league, but the owners still do have something to say when it's time to make trades, and that's kind of how it goes, And I love parity. That's your word for the year. I love parity in the league. I don't want the parity to go away. I still want to have suspense when it's time to win. Those years when KD was with Golden State, we knew who was going to win. That takes away from the fun of it. We knew they were going to win, and LeBron and those Cavs teams gave them a tough fight, but we knew what was going to happen at the end, So yeah. I'm excited, to see what's going to happen.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though, about your Lakers. It would have been definitely nice if they would have got Kyrie, but I think I like what they ended up doing better, just because they got a more well-rounded team now.
You want to jump into them? You want to just go ahead and jump right into them?
They're next on my list anyway. So
okay, nice segue. Okay.
So now they got a few moves, but we're gonna jump into the first one that they did. Okay. And that was D'Angelo Russell went to the Lakers, Mike Conley went to Minnesota, and Russell Westbrook went to Utah in a 3-team deal. Overall, the Lakers received Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, and Jared Vanderbilt. Minnesota receives Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Mike Conley, a 2024 second-round pick from Memphis or Washington, whichever is the least favorable via the Lakers. They got Utah's 2025 second-round pick and Utah's 2026 second-round pick. Utah, they receive Damian Jones, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Russell Westbrook, the Lakers' 2027 first-round pick, top 4 protected, which turns into a 2027 second rounder if not conveyed. So, what grade do you give your Lakers on this one?
Before I give them a grade, the first thing I want to say is, I guess Rob Pelinka won line. We was making fun of Rob. Y'all can't make no moves. You just talking stuff, man. Talking about, oh, we could make moves, but we haven't. I'm like, he lying. You can't do nothing. We're done to 27, la-di-da-di-da. Wow. Rob, you just earned that extension. You earned that extension, bro. I got to give you your grade first because you got an extension. When you got it, we was all like, how the hell did he get that and why the hell did he get that? But you just proved again why you are, the general manager out there. You did your thing, baby. And I get that an A, bro. You got to give it an A. How could you not? Off of what? He just turned bullshit into gold. Let's be honest here, bro. What we gave up to get better. Not only did that just make our team younger, but it also gave us a point guard, something we needed. We actually did what we needed to do to get better.
A shooter, a point guard that can shoot.
The thing I looked at was, if Kobe was here, I think D-Lo wouldn't be on this team. R.I.P. to my man Kobe. Because we don't know, we forgive, but we don't forget. And D-Lo, you still a snitch. You 6'9" until proven otherwise. So guys, watch yourself around him. Watch what you do. Watch what you say. Keep it basketball. And some dudes are just like that. We've learned that. Everybody don't keep it. Everybody ain't cut from the same cloth like it used to be, man. And D-Lo, nothing against you, but it did kind of make me start disliking you because when you came out of college, I liked you as a player. But I'm one of those, keep it close to the chest type guys. And once a guy break that bond, that's kind of tough to me. Y'all millionaires, man. You shouldn't be talking about those guys. So hopefully you don't still have that carrying around your head. You did do your thing out there in Minnesota. They was having a pretty decent season. That's why I'm kind of shocked that they let him go. They were doing well with him on the team. He actually was making up for the horrible trade in Gobert. Gobert has been doing nothing for them this season, and he's been having a pretty decent season. So shout out to him for raising his stock and getting himself out of the albatross that they call Minnesota and back into the shiny lights of LA. Salute to you, bro, because you did that. Everybody don't always get a second shot, but you've done that. So take advantage of it. My biggest circle I got to ask on this one is, why Malik Beasley? Man. We don't need no more drama, man. Hey, funniest thing I saw, one of my homeboys hit me like, well, guess Scottie Pippen Jr. is not coming back up no more this season. And I was like,
messy.
Because that would be, imagine him on the same team and mom comes, bro, that would be so messy, bro. Come on, but let's say this. Malik Beasley is a decent player. He's been shooting well from the three this season. He's a nice 3-and-D guy with some size that the Lakers can use. So I understand why you bought him in. Hopefully, put it like this. Both of the guys we bought back, it's Mets surrounding their names in LA. So hopefully that stuff doesn't come out. Hopefully TMZ doesn't find a way to dig that. And the Lakers don't need any more drama, man. We look like we might have a chance to do some things. And I got to give it a B. I got to give trade a B because, like I said, we got some great assets back for nothing. But the assets we got back, hopefully their off-the-court drama doesn't spill onto the court. If it doesn't, then things are going to go well. But we've all seen when that stuff starts, like look at the stuff that they said about Westbrook on his way out the door. We got a vampire out of the locker room. I saw his wife post on Twitter, my kids are coming home saying that other kids are saying their dad is a vampire. Like, seriously, bro, what the things that they do to us on our way out the door, I'm tired of that, bro. But that's how it is in LA. When you play in LA, that's what comes with it. So we'll see, if these guys can keep their names clean. If they can, then the Lakers have a chance to sneak into that top 8.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm with you. And just before I get into that, I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't know if I officially gave Dallas a grade for that previous trade, but I think that trade is an A because it wasn't an extension, and you don't know whether or not Kyrie's gonna stick around. But you went for it. You gave Luka the superstar that he asked for. So
yeah,
Yeah.
And I get that one an A. I'm a big Kyrie fan. I think they're catching him at the prime of his career at a time when he cares about basketball more than ever. So I give it an A. I think that's a big move. I think that's a big rocking out with my out move by Mark Cuban, because he jumped into that fray at the last moment and he snatched that from everybody. So it's a big move.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the Lakers go, I'm gonna give it an A. I love the move. I was surprised they was able to get this from Russell Westbrook. We thought they were crazy for not doing the rumored Indiana trade, Buddy Hield and Miles Turner for Russ and 2 first-round picks. But this is good. This worked out. Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, and Jared Vanderbilt. They gave up Juan Toscano Anderson, Russell Westbrook, and a first-round pick. Malik Beasley can flat out score. He was the starting guard on that Minnesota team before Ant came and took over. You said enough about D'Angelo Russell, former Lakers draft pick, all-around talent. He can score, he can pass, he can shoot. And Jared Vanderbilt. He's not talked about enough, but a nice defensive presence for him. Nice
Great rebound. Player. Great rebound. Yeah. He has length and some bunnies. He has real hops.
Without a doubt. So I think they got some real depth. I mean, D'Angelo Russell is no Russell Westbrook in terms of his career, but he's a much better fit for that Lakers team right now.
He's an upgrade, no doubt.
And he's a better shooter.
No doubt.
So I love what they did. Minnesota, I'm not so sure. I like Mike Conley. He can definitely help out in his playoff push, but they gave up a lot to get Mike Conley, I think. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a good shooter. He'll get more opportunities now. Hopefully he'll get a chance to come into his own, but that's a lot that they gave up, in my opinion. So I think I would give them probably a C.
I'm agreeing on that because, I mean, they're putting a lot of load on Ant's shoulders at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with Gobert not really doing nothing. They do. I mean, what's up with Cat? Is he hurt?
Yeah. Cat's been hurt.
I mean, and that's the thing with Cat. You can't count on him at this point. I mean, and when he is there, he's playing well, but he's not there a lot. When Cat's out there, he helps to disguise all of the things that Gobert isn't good at. So when Cat's not there, Gobert's just a body. And he's starting to get dunked on. He used to at least block those shots. But yeah, man, I don't know what they're doing. Minnesota has always been one of those teams where you go to lose your career. I mean, let's be honest here. Like they've had a few years where they've been okay, but most of the time, even if they make it to the playoffs, their first round go every time. So I don't know what they're doing. Conley's on the downward spiral of his career at this point. He's still a decent point guard. He can still shoot. He can still pass. He's a great athlete. Comes from great athletes, genes. And I'm not knocking Conley, but I think that was a downgrade. Them giving up what they gave up. And, I mean, unless these guys were troublemakers and you weren't happy with them, what did we just do? Y'all were having a pretty decent season. Y'all were in the playoff push. I mean, Ant and D'Lo were playing well together. I was watching those games. I've actually been watching Minnesota games. You don't say that a lot. But I was excited to see what Ant was going to do, what D'Lo was going to do. I wanted to see, So what they did, they just probably lost some fans, bro. I'm going to be honest here. It's probably people scratching their heads like we're doing right now. Like, what? There was no reason to break up that band. So I would give them a C too. I mean, maybe even C minus. I don't understand what that trade was about. They didn't get a lot of capital back. So I mean, what are we doing? So
yeah. And shout out to Mike Conley. I got a lot of respect for that man. That man he has played in some of the most obscure spots in the NBA.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
He was with Memphis before they were, cool and Ja. They had a good team, the Grindhouse, but it wasn't as cool as they are now. And then he went to Utah and now Minnesota. Like, Let that man go someplace nice where he can enjoy the rest of his career.
Yeah, man, that's
But
messed up. He can't be happy in Minnesota, bro. Hey, sorry, Minnesota.
hey, I'm sorry.
We just boo-booing on them today.
It is what it is. You can
The
at
land
me
of
if you want.
10,000 lakes, bro. It is not a fun place.
I like the Mall of America and all of that stuff, but
the weather sucks though.
it is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, that was a head scratcher to me. I had been hearing plenty of rumors about a possible D'Lo trade, so I wasn't surprised or caught off guard, but I thought they could have got a lot more for him. I didn't like that. And as far as Utah, probably give Utah a B. They got Russell Westbrook. They may end up buying him out. That's undecided so far at this point. But that's a team that's on the rebuild. And Danny Ainge, we all know draft picks. That's what he covets. And he got one of those picks that the Lakers weren't trying to come up off of. So I'll give him a B. He at least set his future up, and he'll have plenty of cap space.
Yeah, because they're gonna buy. I don't see Russell Westbrook staying in Utah, especially after the whole Spider Mitchell stories and all of that. Westbrook would not fit in there. We already know that for sure.
He's had issues there too in the past.
So we already know that's not going to happen. So be on the lookout to see where Russell's going to be at next to end his career. I'm excited to see. We're hearing, some crazy rumors. We'll get into that in a little bit, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to get into that during our buyout latest buzz, because they did say that he's undecided. Utah is saying the ball is in his court, whatever he wants to do. Saying he doesn't mind being a mentor, but we'll see. I'm like you though. I don't think
after the whole Lakers experience, bro, he's probably tired. I mean, and at least in Utah, we'll be quiet. As long as he don't get in trouble with nobody, it'll be quiet.
I think that's a decision that may drag out. I believe they got until after the All-Star break, maybe March 1st for buyout.
Oh, that's all that. I hate that.
This could drag on.
I know Bulls fans hate to hear that. Like, we need that decision ASAP.
Yeah. If you're wondering why, we'll get into that in the buyout buzz.
Yes, sir.
But moving along to the next trade, the Milwaukee Bucks got some help for their playoff title hopes in a Jay Crowder trade. So in this trade, another 3-team deal where the Brooklyn Nets, they in it again. They received 3 second-round picks. The Indiana Pacers received George Hill, Serge Ibaka, Jordan Nwora, and 2 second-round picks. And the Milwaukee Bucks received Jay Crowder. And if you're wondering how the Milwaukee Bucks or how Jay Crowder was in this deal, he was in the previous deal with Phoenix in the Kevin Durant trade. So talk about it. What grade do you give Brooklyn first off?
Okay, so when it comes to a grade, I'm not a big Jay Crowder fan. To me, he's more a true value food for less LeBron James.
That's even giving him more credit than I would.
That's more credit. You see, I said food for less, but he's
not a bum. He's more PJ.
He's not a bum, but I said LeBron. So I'm actually giving him a compliment. Being honest, I said LeBron.
He's more PJ Tucker to me.
I think he's bigger though. He can actually stick 4 to 5 different positions. Let's be honest here. He's a big guy. He has length. He can hit the open 3 from the wing.
Like 6'5".
But he got length. He's long. He's a long 6'5", like Derrick Jones for the Bulls is.
I wouldn't say like Derrick Jones, but
man, are you gonna let me get my point out? You want to argue about everything I got? So listen, man, I got time for you. He's long, bro. Yeah, I see that. You're arguing with the wrong one today, young buck. Young whippersnapper's always trying us, man. All right, so but no, actually, they needed more defense. That's what they need down there. Brook Lopez is getting older. He's still playing decent defense, but I mean, it seems like it's been off and on when it comes to everything that they're getting from the bench. Guys being hurt. Guys being available. And I mean, I think he is going to fit in. He hasn't played at all this season, so he's fresh. Hopefully, he's been staying in shape and doesn't have to get back in basketball shape. But if he's ready to go, that is going to be an upgrade for them defensively. I don't think. I mean, offensively, he's just going to be standing on the wing like the rest of those guys because it's Giannis' world. So we'll see. I mean, he may give them another 6 points per game at the most. Let's be honest. So this is going to be about defense with them. I mean, I get that one probably a C plus because I feel like they did upgrade the defense. Offensively, I don't think he's going to really bring anything. He's not a knockdown shooter. I've seen him miss more than hit. But we'll see what happens if he can turn it up because he's been out for a long time, so you got to get the rust off.
Yeah. I like it for Milwaukee. Last time they had a player like that was when they won a chip with PJ. They need an enforcer type of guy. They got a lot of shooters, but that's not a very physically tough team, and Jay Crowder will help with that. Giving up George Hill and Serge Ibaka is a little bit hefty, I think, for that type of a player. But Serge Ibaka didn't play much, so I'd probably give it a B for Milwaukee. Definitely a player that's going to help them in this title push.
George Hill was coming off the bench doing work for the Bucks, though, so somebody's going to have to step into that position. So Jay Crowder has some big shoes to fill. That's why I said hopefully he can come in and make that type of impact because he has to immediately.
Exactly. But as far as the Brooklyn Nets, I get them an A. They got 3 second-round picks. I know second-round picks aren't that great, but they got 3 of them for a guy that they flipped that hadn't played that's not going to help them at all this year. So that was a free 3 second-round picks for them, in my opinion. And the Pacers, they are in a playoff push, and they added George Hill and Serge Ibaka, and Jordan Nwora, and 2 second-round picks. I give them B plus, A minus. They are rumored to be waiving or buying out Serge Ibaka, so this is really for George Hill and those picks and Jordan Nwora. George Hill is going to be a solid backup for Tyrese Halliburton. I like it. But, yeah, I'd probably give him a B plus for that. What you say?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, what they got in return, I mean, George Hill, former Pacer, so he's familiar with the city, familiar with the team, familiar with some of the guys that are there. I mean, it's a win for them. I mean, they're having a pretty decent season in a tough Central Division.
They just gave up picks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up picks that we all know, yes, just like how we can talk about how the Utah Jazz have 15 first-round picks over the next few years. They can all be bust. All of them. Let's be real here. We've seen it happen. So I think for them to get solid bench play back, guys that don't mind coming off the bench that were already doing that and playing well, I mean, to help them with the playoff push and to just continue to get better. I mean, I think I got to get them a B plus. Can't give them an A because it's not like they got A type talent back, but I got to give them a B because they got B type talent back that is actually ready to plug and play. And that's going to fit in well with what they got. It's not going to be will these guys work? Oh, it's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy transition. So I think the Pacers really won in that trade. That was a great trade for them.
Yeah, solid return for some draft picks, for some second-round picks. So moving on. Another move your squad made. I like what they've been doing. The Lakers add Mo Bamba. In return, they give the Orlando Magic Patrick Beverly a second-round pick and some cash considerations. And Patrick Beverly is rumored to get bought out. So what do you think about this trade? What grade do you give the Lakers?
See that right there?
There you go.
Woo! We got rid of Pat Beverly. Like, bro, that dude was killing us this season. His antics, his play. I cannot believe we got something for him. like you cannot, bro. If you could trade Pat Beverly, you could trade Ben Simmons because they said Ben Simmons was going to trade.
Ben Simmons got a huge contract though.
We just paid Pat Beverly, but that's the reason though. Yeah, Ben does have a big contract, but We just traded Pat Beverly, and I mean, for Mo Bamba, he fought his way up out of Orlando. He said, man, I'm tired of being here. Get me out of here.
I think Mo Bamba got a lot of untapped potential.
Hey, a lot of untapped potential, and we know he ain't scared to go be a fighter. We need some toughness. Hey, we need some toughness, man. We need some guys that's not scared to get in the trenches and be tough.
Yeah.
You know, because we got another trade we're going to go down the line and talk about in a minute, because we did lose some size. We lost a guy that's been doing a little bit for us that Mo Bamba's going to be able to bring. I mean, he's a tough guy, tough player. He rebounds, plays defense. As we see, he doesn't mind getting in the skirmishes. You know, a lot of these guys are too friendly and too petite to get in. And as we've seen in his career and with him sitting the bench, this kid is intriguing. He wants to be in the game no matter what it takes. So, I mean, I'm excited to see him get a chance to really play. I think the other move that the Lakers made really opened up this space for him, because I was wondering where he was going to fit in at first, you know, with Thomas Bryant and everything else. But, you know, that's his spot now. So, I mean, I think this is his chance to really show us what we already know, that Mo Bamba got some game, man. He just wasn't getting a chance to play. It's a couple of guys in the league that have been buried on benches for no reason. And we're going to finally get a chance. Hey, I can't wait till we talk about my boy Reddish. You know, that's coming up. But there's some guys that have been buried on these benches that we're going to finally get a chance to – they get their chance to show everybody that, hey, I shouldn't have been there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like the move a lot. I love what the Lakers have been doing.
I didn't give it my grade. I'll get that one a B. I'll get that one a B, because we got to see what Mo Bamba has, because he hasn't been playing a lot. But for what we got, I almost gave it an A, but that's not A talent. Yeah, we got to see what Mo got. You know, but to get rid of – I mean, we got rid of Pat Bev and got rid of Russell Westbrook. Like, hey, Rob Pelinka, again, bro, you have earned your expense. That was crazy, bro. I'm surprised that people let the Lakers out the hole like they just did. I thought they were gonna hold their cards and make the Lakers watch, but hey, he pulled it off.
I'm gonna give it another A, because one, Mo Bamba is a young player, a favorable contract. They gave up Pat Bev, who is a solid defensive player, but didn't get a lot of production out of him. They gave up Pat Bev in a second-round pick. Like I said, Mo Bamba still has a lot of untapped potential. He might get a lot of playing time, because we never know how healthy Anthony Davis is. And I'll tell you what else Rob Pelinka ended up doing was he got assets, movable assets now. You know, Russ was immovable. Patrick Beverly was not as immovable, but not likely to be moved. And now they have Malik Beasley has value. D'Lo has value. Mo Bamba has value. So offseason comes along. If there's a bigger name that the Lakers have their eyes on, they got assets again.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to give it an A. As far as Pat Bev in Orlando, because Pat Bev is likely to get bought out and Orlando's not in a playoff push, so really they just gave up Mo Bamba for a second-round pick and some cash. I'm going to give him a C. I think they could have got a lot more for the kid, but we knew they had to move him because they have an overabundance of talent at the position.
Yep. Jonathan Isaac came back, and he has been looking good to been gone for 2 years. Man, he is an impact off the bench for them instantly. And that automatically just X Mo Bamba out. Seriously. When he came, they the same size, do the same stuff. So, yeah. So, I mean, I think like you said, for them, that was just who won them?
Yeah. And as far as the Lakers, they got a more complete team. I mean, they gave up Russ and Bev, but they still good at point guard. They got D'Lo, they got Schroeder.
I feel like they got future now.
Schroeder
they have future now too,
this year than his first go around with the Lakers.
Not a Schroeder fan, but he is playing better, no doubt about it. He blew his. He should have been a Laker a long time ago. He would have been making more money. But like I was saying again too, though, the Lakers, they acquired youth. If LeBron decides to retire, which we know he's not going to just retire next year, but if he did, we're not like some of these other, teams that when LeBron has left, they have been left with nothing. The Lakers actually are okay moving forward. Like I said, with players and with picks. Because I did pick the Nets to go to the finals, so that's squashed. But I also picked the Lakers to have a pretty good season. I didn't see all of this coming around, but I knew that we would figure it out. I'm excited, man, as a Laker fan, to see how the season plays out and how the offseason plays out.
Yeah, no doubt. So moving along, 'cause we got a lot, there's a lot went down and we got to get through. This next trade is with an asterisk. Take this with a grain of salt because it might end up getting rescinded or adjusted. We shall see. And I am talking about Atlanta Hawks receiving Sadiq Bey, Detroit Pistons receiving James Wiseman, the Golden State Warriors receiving Gary Payton II, and the Portland Trailblazers receiving Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks from between Atlanta and Golden State. And the reason I say this is with an asterisk is Gary Payton has not passed his physical, and they have until later on today. It'll probably be after this gets, or probably be before this video gets posted. So we don't know the outcome. But yeah, they got a deadline for him to pass this physical, or else no trade. So what do you think about this? Even though we can't officially give it our grades because it's not officially gone through, but we give it a hypothetical grade.
I mean, I'm gonna say this first. Hey man, we have seen second round picks flying around like they don't mean anything. Like 4 second round picks, 5 second round picks, 3 second round picks. Before I just want to second round picks that became something over the years in the league. Draymond Green, Gilbert Arenas, Isaiah Thomas, Paul Millsap, Jokic, Monte Ellis, Malcolm Brogdon, Dennis Rodman, Willis Reed. I just want the second round picks do mean something. So it's just amazing to me what we're seeing when it comes to the way they just throwing those second round picks around. But I think Portland really won that trade. Knox is not a bad player, plus they got all those second round picks. Wiseman, we do have to see what is up with him. I mean, we all know he has talent. We all know he has a chance that he could be something, but it's just been weird with his career. I mean, and then to go to Detroit where, I mean, I'm trying to see, Sadiq Bey was a pretty decent player for them. I was shocked they let him go because I do like, I'm a Sadiq Bey fan.
That's my surprise on that one.
Yeah, I'm a Sadiq Bey fan. So I was shocked to see him move because I think he does more than Wiseman and has been more proven than Wiseman. And the only reason why I said Portland won because of the picks. I mean, picks are golden. I mean, all of these guys, besides Bey, nobody has really shown that they can be something. Knox has had a couple of decent games. I think Bey has a chance to be a solid, 3 or 4. He had some games. But I want to see what's up with Wiseman and why he's not playing, why he's getting moved around so much. I mean, the kid hasn't really had a chance to show himself since he got into the league, Yeah. So what's up with that, But that one is weird because, I was shocked when I saw that Gary Payton was going back. I'm like, why didn't they just keep him in the first place? That's another one of those guys that went back to a team he used to be with. And I was shocked. And then to see the reports about, he was taking shots to avoid injury. What is up with every time a black player gets moved, it's always this garbage that comes with them. I'm tired of that, bro. That is a weird phenomenon that we see in the NBA and the NFL. Every time a black player is moving, it's always got to be that we're bad goods coming to the next team. And that's ridiculous. Like all of these stories that's coming out about his injury and taking shots and him saying he didn't, it's getting real messy real quick. And it might mess that whole trade up, seriously. Because if he's hurt, then that trade is probably going. We already saw that with another trade that they're talking about a guy. They did physical, he wasn't okay. So hopefully, that's not the case. But what is he going to do for them if he hurt? That's crazy. It's not even worth anything to the Golden State Warriors to get nothing back.
He could be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's crazy to me. So that's that's switching bait almost,
Yeah. But I will say Atlanta, I think, got my highest grade. I like Sadiq Bey a lot. They added another shooter to that squad. So I give Atlanta a B plus, maybe an A minus for that.
He's gonna really help them though. He's gonna really help them out a lot.
I like Kevin Knox, but I like Sadiq Bey a lot.
Especially Detroit, for that team.
Yeah. Detroit, I like James Wiseman, but I don't really understand the trade.
It's weird.
We both like Sadiq Bey. They got Jalen Duren. They got Isaiah Stewart. I know they're young and
they got my other
rebuilding.
guy. They got my other guy from Sacramento over the offseason.
The guard,
No, the power
Bogdanovich.
forward. Oh my God, Junior. What is his name?
Bagley, Marvin Bagley.
Bagley.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they got big guys for days.
Yeah, I thought I saw his name in another. Well, maybe not. But yeah. So I don't understand that move so much. I know they're young and they just trying to accrue some young talent, but they got good young bigs. So we'll see. Maybe they got a future plan. Maybe they just adding assets.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I'd have to give them. Right now, it's a D. Until I see more. They gave up Sadiq Bey, and Sadiq Bey is one of the best 3-point shooters in the entire league.
Yeah, but they got the worst record in the league. So at this point,
yeah, but he's still young, though. You could have brought him up with those guys. I don't get that.
He was a good asset. He was a tradable asset.
Maybe they just didn't want to pay him. That's probably the case. They're not ready to pay nobody yet.
They're not ready to pay nobody. They want to win the Vic contest first.
Yeah. As far as Portland and Golden State, it's hard for me to give that a grade with me knowing that might go back. Gary Payton might end up back with Golden State.
With Portland, you mean?
I mean, with Portland, yeah. He was traded back to Golden State and going to get the double trade.
I haven't seen him touch the court since the finals last year, bro.
I saw him a little bit early in the season, but it didn't last long.
Yeah.
So, it's incomplete for them, so I'd have to give probably both of those two teams a C. So, moving on. Next up, we got Jakob Poeltl to Toronto. And sheesh, there's so many trades. It's a lot of trades.
I'm exhausted.
Went through, man. We've already given you a full show, and we're only about halfway through these trades.
This is crazy.
But Jakob Poeltl to the Toronto Raptors. In this trade, the Spurs received Kim Birch, a 2024 first-round pick, top 6 protected through 2026, a 2023 second-round pick, and a 2025 second-round pick. In exchange, the Raptors get Jakob Poeltl. Toronto was a team we thought were going to be sellers. They ended up being a buyer. What you think about this deal, Snow?
Poeltl was a solid player that I was hoping to see go to one of these other teams that were a little bit more in the playoff race. The Toronto Raptors is not a bad team. They have a lot of nice young talent, a lot of length. Once DeRozan and Kyle Lowry left the team, it's been Siakam's team, and he's risen to the occasion, almost averaging a 25-point triple-double this season. I mean, what more can you ask from your leader? And he's a young guy. Scotty Barnes. They got some real talent over there, seriously. And I expected them to move Van Vliet, but they didn't. So bringing him over, now they have a solid center because Siakam has been playing a lot of center for them. So now Siakam can move into his natural position, power forward. Now you got a guy that's going to finish at the basket, rim run, and play defense in Poeltl. I mean, I think it was a great trade for them for now and for the future. I mean, I think Poeltl, did they draft Poeltl or did he draft by the Spurs?
No, I believe Toronto was the team to draft.
I thought so. I thought this was another guy that went back to a team that he used to play for. So that has been a big thing that we've seen with these trades is teams are trading for guys they're already familiar with. They're not trying to start over. They're going, look, we miss you. Come on back. And like I said, Poeltl's really going to fit in well with that that lineup. So I actually give that a B plus, almost an A. Because it is a great trade for them because of what it's going to do for Siakam and freeing him up to be more of a superstar and not have to rebound and play so much defense because that gets him in foul trouble. Then he's sitting down and that's hurting him in games. And you see, I'm watching a lot of basketball, but Siakam is a guy that I actually like. I like him as a player. I've always have, and I think that was a really great trade for them. On the other side, the Spurs are just trying to add up for capital. We all know they're going all in for Vic. We see what's going on. They are like tied or second place when it comes to worst records in the league. So, I mean, for them, I got to get them a B because they did what they're supposed to do, continue to try to lose, get rid of the people that's helping us win. So I have to give him a good grade for that. And what do you think?
I'm gonna give the Spurs an A. I love what they did. I question what Toronto did a little bit. And I like Jakob Poeltl. He's a solid player, good defender, even though he's Ja Morant's poster boy. He gets dunked on religiously by Ja. He looks for him. But Kim Birch is a solid player. And they gave up a first-round pick for him. Jakob Poeltl's got to get paid. The rest of the Raptors got to get paid. Somebody's going to be odd man out here, and they're not one move and we're over the hump type of team. They gave up their future, and they might end up losing a player because of this in the offseason because they can't pay everybody. So I think it's an A for the Spurs. They got a young player back in Birch, and they got more capital. Another first-round pick. Playing right into their hands.
Yeah.
Like I say, Poeltl is a solid player. I agree with you there. He's going to take some pressure off, but long term, what does it do? You gave up a young player and a first-round pick.
Poeltl's young though. He's not an old guy, and he's not going to command a big contract. You're not paying him a lot.
He's going to get at least $20 million per year.
Man, we got to remember this. Check mark that. I mean, but you ain't lying though, because this guy's on the bench making 15. That's just wave of time. They didn't come to the game.
Guys is getting $40 million a year now. Like, it's up. So yeah, I kind of question that a little bit. If they can re-sign everybody, then the grade goes up, but.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. That was good because we both saw that one a little different. Well, we both saw the Spurs winning that though. Spurs did do well.
And like I say, the Raptors are getting a good player that can help. I just question what next, what's after the season, because the most they can hope for is to get back into the play-in. So we'll see. Next up, one of my guys, Bones Highland, traded to the Clippers. In return, the Nuggets receive a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 second-round pick for Bones Highland. Like you said, these second-round picks is just flying. They just flying. They fill it. Trade fill it.
One of those second-round picks going to end up being a star one day, and we're going to talk about that. It's going to come out. Watch. I guarantee you, because it's just so many of them.
It happens.
I mean, and in that trade, Bones Highland is a pretty decent player, a nice young player, does exactly what the Clippers need. He's going to come in, be able to come off that bench, play some defense, hit some open shots, and bring energy. They need that on a more that was more of a veteran team before they made these trades. The Clippers did, and they did exactly what the Lakers did. They infused some youth into their team. I think it's a great pick. I got to give them an A for that. They needed a guy like that to come in and give them what Bones is going to give them. They really didn't have a guy like that. That's what the Clippers.
Okay.
Yeah, because to me, Terrence Mann is a pretty decent player. I also like what Norman's doing for him. Those guys are really good offensive players, but when it comes to on the other end, they're not really doing nothing, and Bones is going to get them there.
Yeah, I like Bones, and I think his potential is really good. Once Murray came back, his minutes has started to slip, but he's deserving of a starting spot. I think he'll definitely get some shine out there in LA with the Clippers. Rumors were coming out that there was some unhappiness. They wasn't getting along with Murray and some of those guys since he came back. So I think Denver just wanted to just get rid of any locker room trouble. So they kind of gave.
Yeah, I can see that. Murray like, this is my spot, bro. And Highland like, we in first place because of me, bro. So hey, come on, we can see them bumping heads. Come on.
So I can see that. They kind of gave him away for the dirt. So I gotta give the Nuggets really like a D for this. I think they could have got a lot more for that kid. He's talented. And I'm gonna give the Clippers an A. They won that.
Yeah, they won that. No doubt.
But
because we didn't even see him going there. That wasn't even rumors. That just popped up out of nowhere.
I will say, and we're gonna get into it later, but if some of the buyout rumors are correct, then the Nuggets made up for it. But next up, Josh Richardson to the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for Devontae Graham and 4 second-round picks. There go those picks again. What grade do you give for this?
Okay. So first, you got to say New Orleans won that. Jesus Christ. No, they sent Devontae Graham, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they lost. Yeah, because Devontae Graham and 4 picks for a guy that hold on, Josh Richardson is a decent player.
Solid.
He hasn't been in the league long to really show us what his potential is going to be. But Jesus Christ, I think that is what guys get. I mean, they gave up 5 players for that guy. I don't think he's worth 5 players. Let's just be honest here. That is ridiculous. I don't understand what it took to get him. Did other suitors that were offering something else, and they were all outbidding each other. But wow, that's all I can say about that one. What you got, Bab?
Yeah, that was a lot. I will say Devontae Graham wasn't really, ever since they got CJ McCollum, it kind of put a dent in Graham's minutes. It was a lot to give up. I like Devontae Graham. I think he's a good scorer.
Very, very good player. Nice 2-guard.
I do think Josh Richardson probably fits the makeup of their team better now, better than Devontae. But I probably give that a B for New Orleans because they gave up a lot. I like Josh Richardson a lot. Because I like Josh Richardson is why I'm not giving him a C. But because they gave up so much is why I'm not giving them an A. And for the Spurs got Devontae Graham and 4 draft picks. I'm giving them an A. I'm giving them an A.
You got your mind.
Hey, they are building this rebuild. They getting them.
Hey, look out for the Spurs in 5 to 6 years,
some
man.
Danny Ainge type.
In 5 to 6 years, the Spurs gonna be back. I'm telling you. With these...
So yeah, I like it. I can't say nothing bad. Moving along, Mason Plumlee traded to the Clippers. In exchange, the Hornets get Reggie Jackson and a 2028 second round pick. And Reggie Jackson, somebody that's rumored to be bought out. So this might end up just being Mason Plumlee for a second round pick. What's your grade, Snow?
So for the Clippers, the richer get richer. Hey, now they got another guy, another Zubac type guy to come in there and play defense, rim run, offensive rebound. They are building a team. They're not just grabbing a bunch of names. They're grabbing guys that are going to plug into their lineup and help them be better. And they're already top 4 in the West. And the Clippers are getting good and trying to go for that big run that we've been expecting from them every season. They might actually be the toughest and most scariest team in the league right now, bro. And if the rumors are correct, they might get scarier. It might not even be over. So I got to give them an A for that trade. Bringing in Plumlee, a great big that's going to do exactly what we just talked about and be quiet about it. He's a quiet player, block shots. He does it all. And then for a second round pick, that is awesome. For the Hornets, they're not going anywhere. I mean, I think to me, it's another one of those trades where it's a C because, I mean, they're not going anywhere, but they gave up a great, solid player for if they got 4 second round picks and a player for Josh Richardson, you can't tell me Plumlee's not worth more than that. Your turn.
Yeah, I'm a big Plumlee fan. I like what the Clippers did. I got to get the Clippers an A for that. I was reluctant to give them an A because I like Reggie Jackson. He's been a lot for the Clippers team. But they added Bones Highland, which
he in a way. And Reggie don't play no defense. Reggie's he's a streaky shooter. And I like Reggie. We both do. Reggie's the reason why they were in the playoff last year. Let's be honest here.
I mean, honestly,
he played well.
Honestly, they kind of getting similar things in Bones Highland, but he's cheaper and younger.
Yeah.
He doesn't play defense, and he's a bit of a microwave scorer. But youth. So I like what the Clippers doing. They got an A in my book. The Hornets, a D. If they were keeping Reggie Jackson, I would probably love it. But if
he wouldn't fit in though. Yeah, Rozier and Ball.
if rumors are true, he's getting bought out. They did this for a second round pick. They could have got
Yeah.
more for Plumlee, I think.
They traded Flavor Flav's son.
Yeah. But it does make room for their draft pick this past year, Mark Williams out of Duke. So maybe they're just trying to clear the decks to see what they got.
Reggie was in the way, man. Period.
You mean Plumlee?
Yeah, I mean both sides. Because I mean, like I said, the Hornets not going nowhere. They're basically just trying.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they basically the Hornets are trying to see what they got going into the offseason. Let's see who we're gonna try to keep. They know who their core is, so I think it's a smart move by them, but they still didn't, they gave up a lot.
Yeah. So some more Clippers moves in a 3-team deal. The Houston Rockets received Danny Green, John Wall, who's to be waived, the rights to swap Milwaukee's 2023 first-round pick with the Clippers' first-round pick for this year. The Clippers receive Eric Gordon and 3 second-round picks. So they get them picks right back. And the Grizzlies receive Luke Kennard. So talk about that.
Nice for the Grizzlies. I'll give them a C+. Kennard is going to help them with what they need right now. I won't say a B because Kennard is another one of those microwave guys. He's off and he's on. But, I mean, he might fill in pretty good for them, when it comes to shooting and just being another big. They don't have a lot of bigs besides, Adams and JJJ. That's who they really depend on, and Clark. But that's about it. They can actually use another big, so I think that's good for them. Danny Green, I mean, at this point, is his career over? I mean, ever since the Lakers won the championship a few years ago, Danny Green has just been,
They're saying that he's asking to get bought out the way Wall is.
Why not? I mean, what is he getting ready to do out there with the Rockets, bro? Besides lose and help them lose some more. I wouldn't want to be there. John Wall, I was shocked. That was the funniest trade to me when I saw him because he played his way out of there, got to the Clippers, and man, John Wall's career is gonna be a 30 for 30, man. Like seriously, like that's crazy. Like his career, I mean, he was doing his thing, he was dancing at the All-Star game to now. Like that's crazy. But I gotta say, at the end of the day, the Clippers did win that one though. I mean, hey, they got back a very good shooter and solid player in Eric Gordon. They got their picks right back. And then they got rid of Wall, which he's just in the way now with all the gluttony of guards they have right now. He really was just watching a lot of days because they don't need him. As long as everybody's healthy, he's in the way. The Rockets, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I'm going to just say that. I have no idea what's going out there in Houston. They might just need to just fire and hire the whole entire staff out there because I don't know what they're doing. The best thing they got going is that Seguin guy that that's about the best thing they have going right now. And I know I probably wrapped his name around my tongue again, and you'll fix it in a minute.
Yeah, you did. Alfred Şengün. I like that team. I like their young players in Houston, but I'm with you as far as this trade goes. Danny Green wants to get waived. John Wall's going to get waived. So they really just got the rights to a pick swap between Milwaukee and the Clippers,
and gave a lot of money off the books if they buy those guys out.
And those picks are probably going to be very close to each other. So that's a swap that probably doesn't even matter. The Clippers and the Bucks records are probably going to be very similar at the end of the year.
Top 4 in the East and the West.
I love it for the Grizzlies and the Clippers. Grizzlies, they got a shooter. What they thought they were getting in Danny Green, but Luke Kennard is a fresher shooter. He'll bring them a little bit more. And Eric Gordon to the Clippers, somebody saved him. Finally, he got saved. He got rescued.
Yeah, it ain't fair he been out there, man. He ain't never been a bad guy. I'm happy to see him get another shot.
Yeah, so I would have to say a D for Houston, but I'll give A's to the Clippers and Grizzlies. Next up, Justin Holiday to Houston, along with Frank Kaminsky and 2 second-round picks in exchange. The Atlanta Hawks receive Garrison Matthews and Bruno Fernando. What you got with this one, Snow?
I'm going to be honest and say that most of the names you just said, I don't know who the hell they are. Once again, I have no idea what the Rockets are doing. They bring in Frank the Tank. which he's been doing nothing for nobody. He's been since college. He has not been a decent player, and I mean, I don't know what they're assembling out there in Houston. I don't know what they got going on. I'm gonna let you have this one, bro. I'm gonna give both teams a C.
That's probably about where it's at. I mean, this is one of the more redundant trades.
Didn't even have to be announced.
Yeah, it didn't even have to be made. Probably a cap thing. I mean, Justin Holiday is solid, but not a.
This has got to be it's like 6 or 7 team at this point.
Houston got 2 second-round draft picks, so hey, I'll give them a B- because they got some draft picks for nobody. So it's pretty much nobody's that the Atlanta got. So Atlanta, they got a C because even though they got nobodies, they gave up Justin Holiday, who didn't contribute much, and like you said, Frank Kaminsky is pretty much who. That's
Frank the Tank. He's like Frank the Tank. He was Frank the Tank in college, boy. Got to the league and turned to the
Jeopardy question.
Doom buggy, right?
That's a Jeopardy question. So moving along, we're not gonna spend no time on that one. These last few we'll run through pretty quick and move on to the next topic. But Dario Saric and a 2nd-round pick traded to OKC from Phoenix. In return, Phoenix got Darius Bazley. What do you say about this one?
Both sides got some decent players that aren't really playing a lot. Bazley, we both know is a decent player. Saric, I haven't really seen him play a lot this season, but he's I mean, usually pretty solid. So, I mean, I could give both of them like a C+ for this. They kind of flip guys that, I mean, are just glue guys that are probably going to help both teams. OKC and Atlanta are both, actually, trying to win this year. So we'll see what happens and if those guys can help both teams. But I think that's like a kind of one of those swaps, and they both, this is about a warm swap,
Yeah. Sarge had been hurt, but I like him a lot better. Darius Bazley is solid, but if Sarge is available to play, I think he would have been more of a he would have been more helpful for this Phoenix squad. I mean, him coming off the bench would have been money for that squad.
I love his shot. When he's on, he's on. That thing is dropping.
I feel like that was a lot for Phoenix to give up. They gave up him and a 2nd-round pick to OKC. That's an A for OKC to me. I like Bazley, but they got a pick and a big they can shoot.
Think of it like this for Phoenix. Bazley's going to fit more into where they're going in the direction now than Saric would have. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's just because of the injuries, but I feel like Saric fits.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it because he's not going to get no shots now, bro. I don't see him getting any shots now. It's KD and Book are getting ready to average close to 30 a game apiece.
Yeah, but they still going to need somebody else to come off the bench and shoot.
And that's what Darius Bazley comes in.
But Saric is a better shooter and a big.
Yeah.
Who else they got? It was just big.
No, I'm not gonna lie, man. Saric was a really good shooter. I was kind of buffled by that one a little bit myself. I can't lie.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but yeah, I question it. That seems like a lot. Next up, Josh Hart traded to the Knicks. In exchange, Portland receives Ryan Arcidiacono, V. I'm finna sound like you on this name. Mahalaluk, Cam Reddish, a 2023 lottery protected 1st-round pick, which New York's it's their own pick, but it could turn into into 4 2nd-round picks if it's not conveyed. What do you think about that trade?
I am a big Cam Reddish fan. I'm gonna get a Blazers an A. Not only did they bring in a young, talented kid a kid coming out of Duke that I actually like better than the other 2 kids. I mean, even though Zion was a great player, we knew what he was going to be. A lot of people love Barrett, but I like Cam Reddish's game, and he hasn't had a chance to really show us what he can do. And I love that the Blazers are trying to go all in to show Dame that it was worth him staying loyal. They are really trying. I mean, they made a couple of other moves. They brought in players around Dame to make this team better. And I think that Cam Reddish, this is his chance to show why, he's been, so talked about all these years. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with that team. I think he might end up starting eventually, and if he ends up a starter, then that's an A+ for them on that trade. So on the other side, I mean, they didn't do bad. But at the end of the day, Cam could have did something for them. I don't understand why you don't play him. Why ship him out of town? Let's see what he can do. You didn't give him a chance. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't understand why Cam didn't get a chance to play. So for the Knicks, I will have to give it maybe a B minus, C plus. And reason being is because I liked Cam Reddish a lot. I thought that he could have helped the Knicks, but because he didn't play, Josh Hart will definitely help them out more. But they gave up Cam Reddish and a first round pick. So they still gave up a lot. But I do
and
like
I think
Josh
Hart and
Hart
Brunson being buddies is going to play really big into that too. You know, they play well off each other because they know each other. That's going to be good to see.
Yeah, and in terms for the Blazers, I don't like it so much for this season. I don't think Cam is going to help more than Josh Hart would have for this year. But going forward, I like it a lot better. Cam is younger, cheaper, and you got a lottery protected first round pick. But the Knicks are going to make the playoffs, so Portland is going to end up with that first round pick. So you got Cam Reddish.
I disagree. I think Cam going to get them the same numbers that Josh Hart gave them. Easy. I think easy he's going to get them. Yeah, I think easy. As long as he get the time. I think he's a knockdown shooter. Yeah, but Cam's a knockdown shooter, a playmaker. He can create his own shot. Hey, watch out for Cam Reddish, man. If they give him 25 to 30 minutes, man, we're going to see something. I'm excited. Same thing we saw with Cam Thomas, you know.
We'll see. Cam Thomas, that's a much different situation, though. He was just drafted last year. He was a microwave scorer in college. Cam Reddish wasn't. He was a good player, and I think he's got great potential. But I don't think he's going to give you what Josh Hart, his veteran leadership, gives you yet.
Well, another day for another conversation.
Yeah, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, hop in those comments. Tell us what you think about that one.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, no doubt. Next up, another 3-team deal. The Charlotte Hornets they got that Mihaliluk guy, so he swapped him right back up.
You see, I won't even try his name.
Sweet. 2023 second round pick, their own pick back via Philly. At Philly, they received Jalen McDaniels, New York's 2024 second round pick via Portland, and Portland's 2029 second round pick. And the Portland Trailblazers received Matisse Thybulle. So what do you think about that deal?
Portland, I give them a B plus. Another piece added to Portland to boost up that roster. A guy that's going to play defense. I know he went through a lot because he didn't have the shot last year. Hopefully that doesn't, prevent him from seeing games this year. But, I mean, Thybulle has proven that he's a great defensive player, can knock down a shot from the wing when he needs to. Not a big scorer, but he brings length and defensiveness, what they need out there in Portland. They need guys that's going to play D. They got enough offense. So I think I'm excited for what Portland did. I think they really brought in some decent players to prove the day that they're trying. You know a lot about these younger guys, so I don't really know a lot about Josh Richardson. So hopefully
Jalen McDaniels.
I just switched over. Jalen McDaniels. That's another young, because he's solid. I've seen him play a couple of times. He's not a bad player. Just another young guy that hasn't had a chance yet. I mean, these picks are flying around like crazy. But I mean, in that one, I got to get the Blazers the win for it. I think everybody deserves at least a B on that one because everybody got something out of it. But I think the Blazers really adding another defensive piece really mattered in that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you can give them all a B. I would give Philly a A. I like Philly a lot, what they did. Jalen McDaniels will help that squad. Matisse Thybulle, I liked him there.
But yeah, he didn't score defense,
a lot. But yeah.
That's why he's going to fit well in Portland. They got firepower out there. Yeah, they need
defense.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I like that a lot for him.
Yeah, that was a good trade for everybody. That's one of those ones where everybody walks away happy.
Yeah. So next up, Thomas Bryant traded from LA to Denver. And in return, the Lakers get Devon Reed, a 2025 second round pick, a 2022 second round pick. 2026 second round pick, and a 2029 second round pick. What's your grade on that one, Snow?
Did I just hear the Lakers got their picks back?
yeah, 3 second round picks.
So those 2 picks that we held on like they were the last $2 we had, look what they turned into.
Well, they only
I,
gave up one of those picks, right? They still got the
dude,
other
they gave up
ones.
one of those to Utah. I still got the other one. So, I mean, the big thing, I thought it was funny when people were saying that Thomas Bryant got traded because he asked for the ball when LeBron was going for that. Because he was in the hole like right here, Bron, right here. But I understood why it was time for him to move. Yes, he is the same type of player like AD. As long as AD's healthy, he's in the way. And then coming off the bench, his minutes were going down once they picked up Rui. So, I mean, it was time for him to go somewhere where he's proven that he could play well. I think he's going to be a plus, going out there. The Lakers got capital back.
Obama move. So,
hey, I got to give both teams an A on that. Seriously. Because Thomas Bryant is going to get a chance to do his thing. The Lakers got quality, and they actually got some stuff we can use soon, So, I mean, I'm excited for both sides on that. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll give that one a double B.
Double B.
I like Thomas Bryant a lot. I think he's definitely gonna help the Nuggets. That was a good pickup for them. And Lakers, they recoup them draft picks. So I dig it. I don't know much about Reed. Sure he's a solid player, but I give it a B. Give it a B all around. And then last up, we got Mike Muscala traded from OKC to Boston. In return, OKC gets Justin Jackson and 2 second-round picks. Talk about that one, Snow.
OKC won that one easy. Justin, we both Justin Jackson fans. That kid got game plus 2 picks. What they got in return? I think OKC has the most guys on their team that you've never heard of. Seriously. Because every time you said a name coming from them, you're like, who? Who? But these are, and they're all young, talented players. So I mean, I don't think it was a bad thing that they got back. But OKC won that. I gotta say B for OKC, C on the other side, because I mean they gave up 2 picks plus a very solid player in Justin Jackson.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I think Mike Muscala is gonna help Boston tremendously. Boston is a small team. They needed size. Mike Muscala is about 6'11", and he can shoot like 43% right now.
See, and you see D Snow don't know who that guy is. I got to go do my research this week on Mike Muscala.
I think that's one of those low-key, sneaky, maybe put him over the top type of moves. He can help Boston a lot. Yes, I'm with you. We both like Justin Jackson, good young player at OKC. They snatching up all the good young players, so I like it for them too. But
Rockets buyout Danny Green.
There you go.
Just came across the board, hot off the press.
There you go.
There it is.
And, I'm gonna give both of these A's. The OKC, they helped out their future. They got a couple second-round picks and a nice young player in Jackson. And the Celtics got somebody that's gonna definitely help them out these playoffs. Okay. That was a need for them. So yeah, that is our trade deadline primer.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. And I don't want to spend too much time on the buyouts. We mentioned a lot of potential buyouts throughout the trade deadline. But just real quick, take a couple minutes and go over a couple more. We're hearing Reggie Jackson might be a candidate. And rumor has it the Nuggets are on his radar. That might be happening. If so, that will make up for the Nuggets giving up Bones Highland. So Will Barton is another name, a potential buyout candidate. He can definitely help out a playoff team. He started 71 games for Denver last year. Definitely could be a big help. John Wall is on the market. You just heard Danny Green is now on the market. And let's not forget Russell Westbrook. Where does Russell Westbrook end up? So potential nice, strong buyout market. This could get very, very interesting. So hit us in the comments. Let us know who you want your team to be in this buyout market.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we promised it. Before we get out of here, we're going to give you our all-star mock draft.
Mock draft.
I'm gonna kick it off drafting for Team LeBron, while my man D Snow is gonna draft for Team Giannis. So I'm gonna go on and just jump right into this now. Since LeBron was the leading vote getter, I'm gonna pick first for Team LBJ, and with my first overall pick, I'm gonna go with Luka the Don.
All right, all right. All right, for Giannis, to kick this thing off, we are going to go with Joel Embiid.
Oh, Joel. All right. So for Team LeBron next up, I'm gonna go with the Joker.
All right. And for Team Giannis, we are going to go with. We're going to go ahead and go with. Because we're going with starters. So we're going to take Jason Tatum.
Ooh. I was hoping you was gonna not take him. That was gonna be my next one.
My front court is all East, and we huge.
I like it. Okay, so since he took my Tatum pick, I'm gonna come back with I'm gonna take Kyrie. Let's get Kyrie and LeBron back together again.
Ooh, that's gonna be cute. I like that. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead, jump out west, and go ahead and take Ja Morant.
Okay, sticking with position versus position. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will go with Spider.
All right. So if we got to go starters, that leaves me with. You got Donovan. So who's the last guard left after they switched out?
It's just Laurie. Laurie is the
Oh,
last.
we got. Ooh. Well, looks like we gonna be huge.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my God. So we got. So my starting lineup is gonna be at the guards, Ja Morant and Jason Tatum. And my front court gonna be Larry Marketing, Joel Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was probably the best I've ever done.
Yeah, that's gonna be ugly. We small, but we fast. LeBron gonna be playing power forward for us, so I can dig it.
Ooh, we banging him. I'm putting Embiid and Giannis on him. It's all. So let's run down the rest of this list real quick.
So my first up off the bench for Team LeBron. Oh, these injuries hurt. I will go with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, you need to get bigger, bro, because we're gonna crush y'all.
I ain't worried.
Hey, they say it's not a big man game, but we finna change that up. All right, so for our next pick, we're gonna go ahead and go with Pascal Siakam.
Ooh.
Yeah, we going big. All my guys is gonna be able to play 4 positions.
All right, so for my next pick, I am going to go with. Let's go with Sabonis.
Nice pick. Yeah, I've been leaving him out there for you because you need him. You need him. Man, it's time for us to go ahead and start having some fun. My next pick is going to be Anthony Edwards.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I'm going to come with. I'm going to take Bam.
Ooh.
Take Bam.
All right. I might as well go ahead and do it and get him off the board. We're going to go take Dame Lillard.
Oh, damn.
We are getting dirty over here.
Okay. I see your Dame, and I'm going to take your boy Swiper.
Ooh. I'm trying to say, but like, hopefully you don't see
I know.
But guess what? Since you took Swiper, I'm going to take Shay G. Let's go, Shay G. Okay. Shay Gilchrist Alexander.
This is getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you got Shay G. I'm going to go with, the Pickens is getting chill. I'm going to go with Debo.
Hey, hometown pick. I'm gonna leave him because you need some more bigs. So we too big. I'm not gonna take him. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Paul George.
Paul George, PG. Okay.
PG 13.
So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna get greedy because I got a decent amount of size and there's still some size left on the board. But we finna have all of the playmakers. It's Halliburton.
Ooh, I forgot he was still on the board. I already know who's gonna go last. A dude that shouldn't even be here. So for my next pick, we are gonna go ahead and roll on back. And I am going to go with who's that I was looking at? Screw it. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the big guy. We're gonna go with Julius Randle.
Randle. Nice. I like it. All right. So that leaves the final two. And the big man or the point guard. This is interesting. I like my size. I know you say I need bigs.
Bad. I got Giannis and Embiid, Tatum, Laurie, Siakam, Randall.
I'm okay with that. LeBron got size, Luka got size, Sabonis, and Bam. I got the Joker. I got good size. But I got even more guards. So I'm gonna go with Triple J.
You made that easy for me because I ain't want him on our squad.
I know, but I didn't really want Holiday.
And I ain't gonna lie, hey, at least Drew gonna play some defense. You know, he might shake somebody up. Both, and what's funny is both of those guys, we both were on the fence about them being all-stars.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they ended up the last two players to go. So, and let's see if that happens when it comes to the pick. If they're the last two guys to go, that's gonna be fun. But
they
you know what?
Be the last two.
No, Giannis gonna pick his guy though. Giannis gonna pick his guy. Because that's just the type of Giannis, that's that type of guy. If his brother was there, he's gonna pick his brother. That's his brother, you know?
Yeah, you might be right. So I like it.
I like it too, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, get down in them comments. Tell us who lineup you like better, who gonna win. And let's stay tuned and see how close we got to the actual lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, please drop us a like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification so you can follow what we got going on when we bring you some more fire content like this.
And we probably won't be able to get a show up before the All-Star break. Hey, enjoy the All-Star break next weekend. I think Absolutely. The three-point contest, the dunk contest, everything's going to be a little more lit this year. I'm excited with the talent that they've brought in. And the All-Star game will be a star-studded event. I'm looking for almost 200 points a team. So, hey, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Don't miss out on the All-Star break.
No doubt. And I'm hearing you got a couple sets of teammates in a three-point shootout. Indiana's Halliburton and Hield, and the Blazers, Simons and Dame Lillard. So that should be fun.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Next weekend is the draft. So from us here at the On My Hoops podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. And we out.
Gang, gang. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, become a part of the gang, man. Have a great week, everybody.
Peace.